Watch your altitude, watch your altitude.
I'm out of control.
To survive the departure, the pilot must relinquish control of the aircraft to the flight computers.
Watch your altitude.
Yes, I'm okay. I'm recovered.
Altitude. Copy that.
Only the pilot's training and the F-18's computer allow him to regain control, but only after crashing into the simulated ground. Fortunately, the incident occurred at Red October. The pilot will live to fly another day. Should he ever face a MiG in real air combat, he will know the risk of attempting a similar vertical maneuver.
Or we are about the only squadron in the NATO or Western world that has MiG-29s. We have them in Lage. So we're the sister squadron flying the F-4s. I'm very lucky to have them there because they attract all the a lot of other squadrons that are coming over for DACT, that is dissimilar air combat training. So also we, the Phantom Squadron, the 2nd Fighter Squadron, we have a lot of benefit from that too. And for us it's awesome training.
The Germans know their special place in the fighter pilot world and love the opportunity to demonstrate their abilities. But Red October is intended to be a training detachment for the American students. The U.S. instructors require the Germans to present specific combat scenarios, even placing restrictions on their tactics in order for the students to complete the training syllabus.
Today we were going to fly one F-18 together with me, plus 2 additional F-4s, and we're going to fly against 2 other F-18s with varying scenarios. And they have put a few handcuffs to what we are doing, but it's going to be an all-altitude and full-up war, basically.
The restrictions placed on the engagements are a necessary evil, but sometimes without warning, the Fulcrum pilots deviate from the plan and change tactics to fool the students. The Germans are proud. They are the best aggressor pilots in the West, and they want to show what they can do.
One of you is dead.
You learn from every flight, and the thing is, the MiG is not the most sophisticated system, so what we learn is just how to defend versus the good weapons in the NATO stock, and how to perform the MiG to the max extent.
The hotter the hot.
The next mission, a 2v4. 2 Hornets are headed for an engagement with 4 adversary aircraft. As the instructor, Mongo flies wing. The lead pilot is a Category 3 student, Lieutenant Commander Tim Carr, call sign Cowboy. Their challenge? Track and kill multiple targets at long range.
Cuda 2-1, flight ready for takeoff.
Roger, Cuda 2-1, wind is 230 degrees at 8 knots, you're cleared for takeoff, report leaving.
2-1, Mongo.
Unlike a 1v1 dogfight, today the engagement with the enemy will begin at long distance, beyond visual range.
The view we have right now is the same formation. If you can imagine, we're flying this way right now and the camera's right in front of us pointing back at us. So we're looking at both of us from me more of a head-on view, him from kind of the side. And when I'm flying in formation, you can see my aircraft back in there. So that's kind of what we're looking at.
We're at about 5,000 feet. This layer is about 3,000 feet thick. And it's pretty much clear above 8,000 feet on this flight.
We can train down at those low altitudes, but we burn a lot of gas. So we like to get up on top of it, get a lot better gas mileage up there.
Now we're just accelerating. We're going to get a G-warm. That's a maneuver we do just to put some G-forces on the jet to get our bodies used to fighting under high G loads. It's required before doing any ACM. It's 2 90-degree turns, just 4 Gs in the first one, and then 6 Gs in the second one. Gives me a chance also to lock onto my wingman with my weapon system and get my weapon systems checked, because he's been able to do that on the join up. When you hear that tone, it's just I've selected my weapon system as we're getting ready to pull into this G-warm.
A rough ride on a roller coaster will reach 5 Gs for a few seconds. Anything more would cause an immediate loss of consciousness. Training and a G-suit keep the pilots safe at up to 7.5 Gs.
Yeah, the G-warm, like you said, is just to get our bodies acclimated to it. And no kidding, the more Gs you pull, the better at it you get. And also checking to make sure that our G-suit is plugged in. You can feel the pressure on your legs that it is inflating.
22,000 maneuvering. Southern group code. Fights on.
That's the standard call. We've told everybody we're set up where we are. The bandits have called set in the south. Get our tapes on call, so we're recording our radar picture and HUD picture and call the fights on.
Fights on, fights on.
And start heading at them.
Picture, 2 groups, azimuth 5. Western group, bulls, 175, 13, 17,000, flanking northeast.
He's basically just told us we've got 2 groups. Anytime somebody's more than a few miles apart, they call them a separate group. And now he's told us there's 2 of them.
And I've just picked up this near group that's on my radar. I've asked GCI to declare that group, whether they're friendlies, hostile, or unknown, which would be bogeys. And they declared them hostile. I was kind of expecting bogeys. So I'm going to ask for another declaration here just to make sure they're the bad guys. We've already targeted into this group.
Yeah, but
we're taking shots into this near group.
Different mindset. When you get a bogey call, you can't shoot those guys. When you get a bandit call, you can shoot them. So if they call them bogey, we have a totally different mindset going in. We're not shooting long-range missiles. Whereas if they call them bandit, we're shooting long-range. Again, bogey, you can't shoot them until you visually ID'd that they are a bad guy.
High range 12, green vector north.
Pitbull ×2, kudos notch right, reference 150.
This, we've supported our missiles for a while here. Now we're doing some defensive maneuvering. We're looking good here.
Very good. Very good.
We're both upside down, pulling about 5 Gs, going real nose low, getting into the notch. The warbling tone you hear means that they have targeted a missile into us, but this should, hopefully, our defensive tactics are going to work, and we'll be able to come back in off of this. We descended probably about 10,000 feet in, 5 to 10 seconds. It's a pretty aggressive maneuver. It's a lot of fun. It takes a lot of practice to get your fingers moving where they need to be while you're doing it.
We're trying to maintain that same formation while we're maneuvering the jet 5 or 6 Gs, trying to get our radar looking in the right piece of sky so that we come back to get these guys. Hopefully our sensors pick them up before our eyeballs have the ability. You can't kill somebody you don't see, and if your sensors don't pick them up, then you need the eyeball to do it.
150.
We had good missiles into this group. We were feeling pretty offensive. We were on our timelines, and things were going along pretty good. We could have done a better job cleaning up this merge, but we had high confidence in our lethality going in, so we decided to flow on to the next group here.
2-2, copy.
And there's another group about 20 miles away that GCI has told us about, so we're flowing in their direction.